All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Space Dandy, Season 1, Episode 10. All right, so we had a very artistic episode in the previous one. It didn't seem to have much specific plot stuff, but it was very atmospheric.
Definitely.
And gave us a lot of things surprisingly to talk about. I remember that discussion went quite a bit longer than I thought it was going to. But more Space Dandy means more hijinks, more adventures, but not necessarily exactly what we'd expect, especially given the previous episode. So, as we move closer and closer to the end of the first season, I'm wondering, will there be any kind of specific, kind of focus in a different angle than what we've had previously? Or, I don't know. I guess we'll just wait and see.
We get a two-parter.
A two-parter in Space Dandy? What is this?
No, that never happened.
No, probably not. But, I mean, we might have, a random vicious, type, episode or something.
Who knows?
That
It's
could
possible.
That could be kind of interesting. But, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Previously on Space Dandy.
Oh, wait, previously?
Mentioned that the Gogol Empire and the Jicro Empire are at war for control of the galaxy.
Right.
But they are. It's kind of a big deal. And now, the Jicro Empire has just deployed a legendary giant...
Wait,
oh my
is
God.
this Voltron? Oh my God.
No, it's just a classic, mecha Gundam legendary
giant weapon. All right.
You're not thinking of using the core.
Okay.
Final destruction weapon.
Enemies.
Ionic control of the core is still not complete.
Too dangerous is the goal, Dr. Gel.
Ugh.
No fools will not outmaneuver the Gogol Empire.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And that is how this enormous burst of pure ionium energy
Wait.
is scattered to the far reaches of the universe.
Yes. It's just continuing through space, and it's gonna bump into Space Dandy at some point,
Oh, we didn't get the Space Dandy.
He's a dandy guy in space. Yeah, exactly.
Something weird is happening.
Oh no.
What did you just
Hey, he's getting a shower.
Didn't do anything, thank you very much.
Yeah, listen, I vote we hold out for the next closest mechanic.
What's wrong? You don't want to go home?
No, absolutely not.
Well, tough, because we're going.
What part of absolutely not did you not get?
Oh, relax. You should know.
This chin.
Yeah.
Nice. Meow's house, yeah!
Meow.
All right.
I'm actually a little bit nervous for Meow here because, who knows what's the actual reason?
Oh, I'm so
But I'm sure it's
excited.
probably some kind of, just legitimately embarrassing thing where he's like, oh! Oh no!
Needed you more.
What is all that racket? Mew, it's you! You're home!
Yeah, watch, they're wonderful.
Uh-huh.
Your name is Mew, for real?
No, my full name is Meow. Mew is just a nickname.
Thank you so much for putting up with my son. I'm Mew's mother. It's nice to meet you. Show him your thingy. The doodad you won a prize for when you were little.
Oh my gosh.
Not
Like a school trophy or something.
Embarrassing.
Horrible creatures.
those are my brothers.
Yep.
Stop.
I'm home.
Robots have feelings too, and mine are hurting.
Dad.
Been a long time, huh?
Mew, good to see you, boy. There's not a lot to do here, but please make yourselves at home.
Oh, they're really kind and just
Yeah, this is-
large family.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, what's the story? Why did you leave this planet anyway?
Maybe because the most interesting thing here is the Joel Mart. I left because...
Math, 8 points.
Wow.
Look through my stuff.
Oh.
It's not gonna destroy the home, is it?
What?
Wait. Did they just get sent back in time or something? Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
I'm getting some vibes, Jacob. Why did it hit the calendar?
Yeah.
Mom, I need money for a reference book. Oh, thank you.
they're showing us a bunch of random little things. Like,
I slept awesome.
there's something that's gonna be mucked with time.
Yeah. The calendar had an 8 on it, I think. What if they're now in a time loop? Yeah,
Oh my God.
The part won't be here till tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right, Oh my God, yes!
Movies until tomorrow, huh?
Oh my God, yes! Yes! Yes!
Endless 8, here we go.
Oh my God!
Isn't that Meow's dad?
Is he doing whatever it takes to keep the family, you know, surviving and stuff by, like doing, like, really tough labor?
Man.
It's just rough for him to watch.
We've been metal workers for generations. I'm the firstborn son, so I'm supposed to take over.
Oh,
Do that.
that classic
I wanna
trope.
live on this
Yeah.
backwoods, boring planet for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's
Yep.
drink, Meow. I wanna know your inner. Oh. Oh.
Old flame.
I'm a server, silly.
A server? That is so neat. Living the hunter's life.
So you're one of those guys who capture rare aliens?
I am. Yeah, that's me.
Now that's neat.
Back to work. Last I checked, the sign out front still wasn't on.
Okay.
Oh.
You want to go out when you get off? And get off.
Look at that girl.
Oh my God.
His tail.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie, get it together.
I'm so sorry.
That old bat. I'll get her to
Look, isn't that Meow's dad?
You're early today.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep putting one foot in front of the. Oh, this is gonna be depressing.
Wow.
He's been drinking non-stop since this afternoon. You're making it big out in space, aren't you, kid? Your dad always brags on you.
Oh my God. Oh my heart.
What?
Oh my heart. Oh God, this is gonna.
Oh boy.
This is gonna kill me if we go through a time loop with this.
So tell me, what's that space like?
Yeah.
Big, I guess. And there are these great restaurants called Boobies.
Boobies, you say?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Says it all, baby.
It does.
Boobs, it's the only place to be.
Dude, stop!
Oh man.
Dude, this is...
Yep. Here we go. Here
Same
we go.
thing.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Oh man.
Need money for a reference?
So there needs to be familial reconciliation in order for them to be able to get out of the time loop.
Well, he's just gonna get that opportunity, you know?
Yeah, uh-huh.
So what do we do now?
And this is a great representation of how it is growing up, because you always assume it'll go on forever, you know?
Right.
But it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Until tomorrow, huh?
Look, isn't that Meow's dad?
So who's gonna notice it first?
Katie?
And I'm sure you've all caught on by now.
Yes.
The
Uh-huh.
strong magnetic
Yes.
fields generated by the Pionium blast
Oh. Yes.
Wonderful.
Magnets. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Yes.
It's a space-time loop, not just a time loop.
Though
Yeah.
no surprise, Blockhead, Bonehead, and Pinhead have yet to know suspect this being his home planet, but no.
Sure.
It was Pinhead who, on the 88th loop, finally thought to ask.
Yep.
Is it me or does every day here seem like the same thing?
Oh my God. Wait.
Wow.
Feels that way because this joint is so monotonous.
No.
Makes sense.
Get it. Until finally, on the 108th loop,
This is gonna break.
I'm sorry.
Dad's here.
I have a feeling that Meow's dad loves boobies.
Hey, I do love boobs.
Are we psychic now?
Better. I think we totally have superpowers.
Oh my God. Yes.
Wow. They don't...
superpowers, you're in a loop, a time loop. Get it through your heads and get on with the story.
Oh my God.
Wow.
What? What?
I love it. I love it.
Oh,
This
bless
is
this
great.
show.
This
Bless
is so
this show
wonderful.
so much.
Those glasses aren't on cheap, you know.
Ah, shut up, old lady!
Ah!
I've heard your crop over 100 times now!
In the face and see if I wake up tomorrow?
Only if I shoot me first.
When it comes, you won't be able to go to Boobies ever again.
Oh.
What?
Yep.
You should have told me that to begin with.
He's motivated now.
Look, bro, is that Meow?
Heck yeah, it is. That's awesome.
Oh, hey, it's you guys. People don't change at all.
This thing going to space?
Heck yeah, dude, it's totally souped up. Believe it.
Yo,
Believe
we're
it.
about to go play some video games if you want to come like out and stuff.
Dude! If tomorrow is never gonna come, then I'll just have to go after it myself.
Specifically to boobies.
Oh my god.
All right. Wait, did he crash?
For real, man?
Dude, that sucks.
Well, that answers that question.
Yep. All right.
We're gods now. We're gods.
I left because I hated being here. This is like my hell.
Yeah.
When I grow up, I want to be just like my dad. He says we've been metal workers in my family for generations. I'm special, so I'm gonna be a big deal. That's my dream, and it'll come true.
Oh.
I can't believe you still have all this stuff.
He was so happy that you wanted to be like him. Another metal worker.
And yet he continually brags about him because he
Contest.
Oh.
What is it?
It's a replica of what we make at the factory. Isn't that right, sweetie?
I don't even remember. That was a long time ago.
So which one of these little things that we've been given is a clue in how to break the time loop?
Well, I think it's this.
Possibly, yeah.
Do you mind if I help you out a little?
Oh, the factory's metal working. Maybe there's some kind of magnetic thing or what have you.
I'd watch him work like this all the time when I was a kid.
Oh. Oh, God, okay.
Oh, watch.
Wake up in the morning.
It's gonna end up being something where he's gonna not want it to end.
Yeah.
But now that I'm doing what seems like the same thing every day like this,
Oh, yeah, it's gonna start.
maybe.
Yeah.
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 Maybe it's not that bad after all.
Yeah.
No, we're caught in a time loop. It's not what seems like the same thing. We're actually doing the same thing.
Yep.
Dandy? Yeah, we've been playing video games all day.
What's up? Dude, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, he's been doing the games like 1,000 times.
Yep.
Man, problems
Yeah.
ain't no problem.
What?
Plums up the wazoo, get your ass to Wahoo. Anything you need to know, just go where?
Wahoo answers, y'all.
Tomorrow.
Oh my god.
What?
What should I do? Someone replied.
That was fast.
There's more than one. Google it, idiot. Look it up, lazy. Try tearing the page off the calendar, genius. LOL.
Trolls.
Watch, it is just tearing the page off the
Said
calendar.
bleeping trolls.
Oh.
Oh, shoot. Oh,
Damn.
no. Wait a minute.
Maybe a drill would
A
work.
drill, yes. They need to drill their way into tomorrow. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes.
This is so stupid.
That's it. So, Mr. Tough Calendar can start doing pushes around.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, what was that?
And thus, the heroic battle for tomorrow began between...
Yes, I love it. Oh, my. Hey, I respect the creativity. Oh, what the...
Tomorrow!
Look at him gloat.
I love it. Yes.
I can't marry you.
What? I said I was kidding. Maybe kind of awkwardly, but
I'm sorry. I thought you already knew.
knew what?
I'm gay.
Oh. Wait, what? my god. Oh my god, the chainsaw. I was like, dude, calm down. Oh, okay.
But if we tear off too many pages, it could send us who knows where into the future. It's about 0.1 millimeters thick.
Wait.
Think you can cut it?
Yes. Let's drill our way into tomorrow.
But just tomorrow, not too
Just
far.
tomorrow, yes. There it is.
I love this. I love this so much.
Oh, brilliant. And he's coming at it from the side.
Yeah.
Finally separating it from the... But watch, they're just going to be stuck in a time loop.
That looks like more than one page.
Oh, it is more than one page.
Look, we can tear off as many pages as we want now.
Ah!
Never been so happy to know there will be a tomorrow.
Awesome. Let's get our
Oh.
asses to boobies.
Thank you for taking care of us for such a long time.
You come back whenever you
For
want.
such a long time.
See you later.
It was
Okay,
one
Meow.
day.
I'm sorry. It's just that I...
Meow, get out there and see space. Go, live the life you want.
Thanks, Dad.
Go on.
Hold up. So you know that part we make at our factory? What is that thing? What's it used for?
I don't know. I suppose it's some part of an appliance, probably.
Oh.
Oh.
My heart.
And so, our heroes saw tomorrow. However,
Is it me, or have we not caught any aliens in forever?
Oh, no way.
Yeah, tomorrow works better for me.
No.
whether or
No.
not they're caught in a loop, they're still pretty much caught in a loop.
That's brilliant.
Wow.
That's brilliant.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. Take it all the way back to the beginning of the episode and be like,
That was an amazing episode.
That was one of
That's
the
one of my
best.
favorite episodes.
that was one of
so
the best.
far.
Yeah, definitely not the best in my opinion, because the zombie one is like
The zombie one was
zombie was
absolutely
really hard to
amazing.
beat.
The
But
first
this,
episode
this
was
is one of the
unbelievable.
top 3 or top 5. Oh my god.
Wow.
My heart. I have
and
feelings right now.
They made me excited for a time loop. Like,
Right.
And they dealt with it very effectively and
Very
efficiently. And
effectively.
like, no, you're in a time loop. Stop. Just let's move on with the story.
Yes.
Oh, man. That would have made people enjoy Haruhi Season 2 so much more.
To have a narrator that like
just like,
smacks
no,
Kyon on
stop,
the head or
stop,
something.
yeah.
Because what's her name notices it first, right?
Yeah.
Or she's aware of it the whole way through.
Right. But it still ends up resetting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, man. I couldn't handle actually like going through all of Endless 8, so I basically just watched the ones you recommended. There were like the 3.
Oh, yeah, like the first one, the second one, and the last one. Yeah.
And other than that, I couldn't handle it. It was just...
It's a trip.
It's just... painful. It's ballsy, though. Like, it's an ambitiously ballsy thing to do, but like, I love Groundhog's Day type stuff when it's used for comedic effect. All right, this was one of the greats so far,
that
y'all.
was so good.
I love time loops.
So good,
and I love especially comedy time loops with a wholesome core.
Yeah.
Because the family stuff for Meow was something I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of actually nervous for the guy because he didn't say specifically why. Like, you know, that he actually, like, you know, didn't want to go back. And so I assumed that it was something embarrassing or what have you. But no, it was a very simple story of kind of the, you know, the poor family in the small town. And, you know, oldest son wanted to go and see the city and break free of the patterns of the family. And I have seen in real life so many people, like actual people, be in all the roles and the situations of this type of thing. It's so relatable for all the parties involved. Like, I understand the mom, I understand the dad, I understand the barkeep server girl, I understand Meow, I understand the kids, I understand the friends. It's a very real situation.
And one of the things that I really loved about this episode, because, okay, time loops, in general, you can get into a lot of cool stuff with time loops, especially as far as focusing on the characters, right? But a lot of the times I feel like time loops are used more for a plot device that needs to be solved in like the worst examples, you know, than actually bringing specific focus, repeated focus onto the characters. And that was one of the things that I think Groundhog's Day did that made it so good.
Yes.
A bunch of the other time loops that are in anime that I don't want to mention what anime they're from because that, you know, that's kind of a spoiler, right? But they when they do it well, it's also very much focused on the characters, right?
The big one that we did focus on, then talking about Haruhi,
it's one of the most
notorious ones out there. So us just saying that doesn't really do too much.
Yeah, you definitely want to know about that before you go into it. And it's still character focused in some cool ways.
It is actually, yes.
But yeah. But with this, there were a bunch of things where I could, like, I would not be surprised at all if they took Groundhog Day as a movie and basically were like, okay, all right, let's do this. Let's have it be something where it's the specific, like, emotional, like journey that the character needs to go on and something that needs to come to terms with, and that's what will end the time loop.
Yeah,
you know.
I do think in some ways though, Groundhog's Day is a little bit more derivative than kind of like being like a monument toward this type of storytelling, because I think what's really important here was that Meow didn't have a character really as much prior to this, and the character in Groundhog's Day is dramatically introduced to be a specific way so that they can go on this arc, whereas Meow specifically had a little bit just kind of a lazy guy just trying to kind of, you know, schmooze his way through life and stuff. And we didn't really know what he wants, who he is, what are some of his insecurities, flaws, and things like that. They were very minor. And this episode just went, let's tear him open and really look at what's beating in his heart, you know, in there.
But in a very simple way, which I think makes it work really well. Because since it's just the simple thing of he wanted to leave home and see what was out in the world, but then at the same time, we've seen how he's been exploring the world and that, you know, he isn't living the grand life of adventure that he wanted to, you know? And then he comes back home, and it's oh yeah, there are a bunch of people that really care about me and stuff, and okay.
If anything, one of the things that marked Meow before this was that he was kind of the complainer. And in some ways, he kind of just like, oh, I don't like the way that you guys, you know, make fun of me, treat me, or I don't like the way things don't go like
my way.
Really my way. And so in some ways, it makes sense where that attitude came from. When he was at home, he was the complainer. He had dreams as a young kid of being just like his dad. And that's all he knew. And he's like, I just want to do the best metalworking stuff I can. And he has his own little like specific things and stuff. And it's like, oh, that's cute and wonderful. And he has a wholesome, supportive family. It would have been so easy for them to make...
No, you must take over the factory.
Right. But no, they went for the angle of, these people are living far too simple of a life to get upset about the fact that their son is home.
And there's the idea of not wanting to disappoint them by being like, no, I sit in a spaceship cooped up and just eat potato chips and do basically nothing all day.
Like, it's actually kind of amazing as far as like he actually kind of loves that.
Yes,
even though he complains a lot. Like he doesn't have a care in the world. Like,
whereas they're thinking, oh, you're going around and having all these adventures and
something we could never do.
Right, and technically, they're right.
Yeah.
He is having these adventures, but he doesn't see it that way, right?
Maybe not.
And you know, so coming back here, that probably wouldn't make him necessarily feel very good, you know, being like, oh yeah, I'm letting them down.
Or like, you know, I'm letting myself down.
I'm letting myself
because
down.
I had a much different kind of person that I assumed. My persona, if you will, was a much different person than who I am now. So when he gets confronted with the reality of what he left behind,
that piece of paper with the dream and everything,
he has to realize in some ways that he liked that, but maybe he forced himself to dislike it so that it would propel him out of it. I loved also the visual imagery of this moon, which it was basically a moon. There was no real reason for it to be a well, I mean, it's a planetoid of sorts, but the point is that it's in the orbit of a gas giant, a huge super planet, constantly up in the sky that you're aware of.
Massive thing.
That kind of puts you into this perspective of, I am so small.
Oh,
but
sure.
That thing of big wonder and mystery is so close.
Yeah.
It's just out of my reach, but it's so close. I wonder what could happen if I left here. Would things be different? What else is out there? So he's the one that originally had the dream, and we don't know what took him from dream to be a metal worker.
But, you know, growing up and you get restless and you're like, I want to go do something. Yeah.
Right. For sure.
Yep.
And we know on some level that he shared the passion for kind of the, you know, making things with metal or stuff like that. And the little thing that he made, I don't know if that was supposed to be like a rudimentary like cassette tape or something, but I couldn't tell exactly what it is. But they said it was a replica of something that they made at the factory.
The specific thing, because like the factory is like, we just make this one thing and we make it over and over and over again.
They have no idea what it is.
Who knows? You know.
But what I liked about that was that this was a kid that was bad in school. You know, didn't have a lot of school stuff there. The one thing that we saw him focusing his creative energy on was being like his dad. And in some ways it was that level of, you know, creativity, ingenuity, or just, you know, dedicated passion that somehow went from there to probably teen angst, restlessness, or what have you. Because he does kind of give off that kind of restless teen kind of vibe, you know?
Yeah,
like
punk, struck out on my own, kind of, you know, like
like I remember being probably around, I would say around 16, and right about that time where you're like, okay, I'm just about able to, you know, own my own car, you know, if I go and save enough money and stuff like that, so I can go out and just strike out and be free and stuff. And I remember at that point when, you know, because I'm like, I can drive, sure, but I don't have money to buy a car or something like that. I don't have any kind of stuff like that. So I remember what I would do at 16 was I would just get on a bike and I would just go bike in a direction. And I had the, you know, the high of being a teenager with a physical body that was way better than where I had it 2 years ago. So it felt like I had a limitless energy and I'm just going around doing this stuff, and then it would just get dark and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go back, you know. But there was that restlessness of like, I want to go.
What's out there?
I want to go and see more and stuff. And this is Meow basically realizing that he got all that.
Yep.
And now when you come back and realize, oh, there's a lot back here. There's a lot of love back here that I left behind. You know, maybe that resentment you had for them, maybe all that other stuff that, you know, built up that maybe, you know, propelled you to leave. You don't have that anymore. But because of the time loop, in some ways, that was probably what made him able to mature through that process.
Realize it,
yeah.
Because it's something that's uncomfortable, and he never would have focused on it if he wasn't being forced to.
Yeah.
Again, time loops, you know, can be a good gimmick for that.
Yeah.
I also got to say that I'm absolutely shocked that, my main other comparison is a feature-length movie and an 8-episode arc that is interesting. But the fact that they were able to do this all in the one episode, and all they had to cut out was the little space dandy intro, you know, bit, not the OP, but
in order
the other
to
part.
make it fit.
In order to make it fit, that blows my mind. Because if you look at some of the things that they did in here, right, it's playing to a lot of familiar tropes, right? You know, so that they can kind of do shorthand for like the character introductions and things like that.
Yes.
The big family in the small town, you know, okay, Meow wanted to leave, right? You know, it's basic stuff. You know, dad, like the introduction of the dad, I absolutely love, because when you get this sense of questioning, because Meow didn't want to go back, right? He sees the rest of the family. The family, you know, might seem
they're chaotic,
quaint or boring or whatever, or chaotic or whatever, you know, but nothing that would make him want to leave.
There's no antagonism.
So when there's the other figure, the dad that comes in,
typical antagonistic figure,
the typical antagonistic figure, right? Then you're wondering, oh, is this where it is? And given Meow's body language and everything, and dad, there's the idea that maybe there was some antagonism there, maybe not necessarily from the dad,
but not that much, but
not that much
internalized in Meow,
and maybe it did actually become like outspoken and things like that. Who knows? You know, it was it was a long time ago. It could have happened, right? But the idea that there was some of that sort of that split in the relationship with the dad right here, and then we just get to see it all play out, and it's something that is so, it so fits, and yet it's also something that is familiar with because of either, you know, whether it's personal experience or other fiction or things like that, so that we know what the conflict is, and then we can spend the time on unraveling the whole idea of, yes, discovering this is a time loop,
right,
and 2, then resolving this character conflict, right? And doing all that in one episode is amazing to me.
I would say the most impressive thing about this episode, primarily, is how well the storyboarding, if you will, flows to communicate the primary source of the drama conflict and give ample effect, I would say, for the conflict to bring out Meow's character.
Right.
The two big moments, yes, are when the father, you know, comes in and says, "Hey, I'm back," or "I'm home."
Yeah.
And I want to bring out the idea that the voice actor for Meow communicated that he was both worried, happy, and somewhat
regretful.
Regretful, but I would say like in pain a little bit when he's like, "Dad?" Like it was kind of this thing of like, "Oh God, I don't know how to face you." And it wasn't the thing of where I don't think he was actually antagonized ever by the father specifically, but I feel like he looks at himself, Meow looks at himself as a disappointment to the family, but specifically his father, because the father was so excited for him to take over the things. And yet, my actual favorite part in the whole thing is when the dad comes into the bar and the bar lady says, "He's been bragging about you all this time." that part tore open my heart and like ripped it asunder. There are too many points where in my life I felt like I've disappointed the people closest to me. And it moves my heart so much when an independent source comes to me and goes, "Those people close to you have been bragging about you and what you're doing to me," completely unintentionally getting this information back around by a third party. It's like "Oh, thank you. You know what? I need to take a bathroom break really quick. Excuse me while I go there for the next 25 to 45 minutes." And then you just
it's
cry.
Communicating in like 2 seconds a lifetime, right? One of my favorite things. Maybe I'm thinking of this just because it's in a similar situation of showing how much a dad cares about his son. But if any of y'all remember from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire,
I know what you're gonna say. Yes.
At the end of the movie, when they come back, and spoiler alert, Cedric Diggory is dead, right? And the big thing is, holy shit, Voldemort's back, right? And then in the midst of all of that, you hear the wailing cry of someone in this sort of, you know, messy middle-aged man comes stumbling up. My boy, that's my son. That's my son. And then you realize, oh yeah, that kid died. And he had a family that loved him. Right? And with the way that the actor like just said it, like I have a
perfect impression. I'm not doing it for your sake.
I know. I don't want to try and repeat it because I know I can't do it justice, but it communicated to me perfectly that yes, this dad was thinking of the almost decades, right, that he had spent watching his son grow and rooting for him and everything, right?
Wait, what? You mean just the years?
Well, yeah. That's why I said almost decades, right?
Oh,
you know, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Because
right, sorry. Yeah, I know what you're meaning. Yeah,
because
it communicates in 2 seconds.
All of that
time,
all of
right?
that, because
and that's something that the show here did was it used in 3 seconds. Right, it communicated a lifetime of story.
Exactly, and a lot of times in situations like this, there will be like little bits of backstory or something like that, so we can maybe see a montage of like some of the stuff.
Yes.
In this, maybe we got the piece of paper being read in Meow's voice, and then that was about it, and then how the characters were acting in this moment. Because I feel like if you didn't have that, you would have to have something like the backstory and stuff, and then it wouldn't fit easily in a single
It would ruin
episode.
the pacing. It would be something where there's a really high potential that we would just miss. Like, we would just miss the empathetic connection that was trying to be established by the story there. And in this story, they actually focused an overwhelming majority of it on the comedy of this being a time loop. And I think in that respect, you end up kind of hitting both angles you're trying to hit. And while the majority of this whole discussion is centered around the emotional drama of the time loop with regards to Meow and his family, the comedy of this episode was so incredibly good, and I mean, so varied in specific points. There's the joke of them trying to destroy the calendar, and then it ends up being the thing of obviously they're going to end up having to drill their way into tomorrow. That's a cool like little hidden reference there. But then there's the point of where they shift and they're at the bar and they're like, look at him, he's bragging there, and we're just like, oh my god, that's perfect. They've given up. They're just letting the time loop play out.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just, drinking their sorrows away.
And even having the narrator literally talk to the characters and be like, no, you're in a goddamn time loop. You don't have superpowers. It's not that you can see the future. This has all happened before. Like it's great from the narrative standpoint of keeping things moving along, but also, like, we haven't really had that happen before in Space Dandy, and it worked really well.
It opens some questions, too, because since there's no continuity from if we assume that the original first episode was to bring up an in-plot reason as to why there are so many different stories and no continuity between them, it's that we're going through millions of universes of dandies and the crew that are experiencing different stories, and thus they have no connection or shared memory with each other there, and that's awesome. This one, though, brings up an important question of, wait, is the narrator in the story, or is that just a fourth wall breaking joke for the sake of it? Both could be right. And there's no way of knowing, because in the next episode, none of this will have happened to our characters. So I love the joke because it's like saying, yes, little did you know, the narrator is actually a character.
Indeed.
But no, he's actually not in this world line, because that's just a fourth wall breaking joke. I love also how well the episode communicated to us so quickly because of the joke of the Gogol Empire sent its Gundam to face the other Empire's actual Gundam, like a good Gundam.
Right.
And it blew up, and then the energy plasma was sent off into space. We'll just continue. An object in motion will stay in motion.
That's right.
So, it just continues all the way. Hits that, specific, place with the calendar and everything. And we immediately were like, wait, what? Time muckery? And that was within seconds really of that happening. Well, and then we're like from there we're like, okay, I think it's a time loop. Yeah, it's a time loop. Well, and then the show answers it like way later, in terms of the 24-minute length. It answers it like 3 minutes later. We're like, by now, you should have noticed that this is a time loop. And we're like, good job, show. Good job.
And also, with the whole Groundhog's Day thing of being trapped in a town that you hate kind of a thing to learn the lesson. Yes. And then the whole thing of, but what if you leave the town, since it might be a location-based time loop? Oh, we get in this convenient car that can go fly into space.
Blows up. Wow, what a shame, man.
Wake up the next day. There you go. Right? That answers that question.
Yep.
So, and then, because the idea of having a time loop, right? But then actually having a literal concrete thing that they need to figure out how to solve, you know, that also ties into the character motivations and development and all that stuff. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Good stuff. And y'all, that's what I want more of in Space Dandy is wacky, ridiculous semi-character focused hijinks to ensue that in and of itself is just a way for the characters to react to dramatic, episodic little narratives. So y'all, that's it for me.
And if for some reason you haven't watched Groundhog Day, go watch it. It's a great movie that like is wholesome in a lot of similar ways to this, even if the specifics are different.
Yeah, I just have to say for me, I know you're a huge fan of Groundhog Day. Not all of it has aged as well for me. I think there are a lot of time loop related things in anime that do it way better because of the TV show narrative.
Right, but we can't tell you what those are.
Yeah, I can't tell you what those are.
You what any of those are
because of spoilers. So
spoilers.
Right. So in some ways, for those of you that have watched those anime that are like known for having great time loop stuff, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah. If you already know what anime kind of these ones are,
a few of the ones we're talking about,
go check them out. They are as good for the most part, because I don't know all of them, of course, but
Endless 8 is a thing that exists, so that
and if you're gonna watch Haruhi, have someone that is an expert guide you through the story, and then make sure you watch the movie, because in my opinion the show is kind of overrated, but the movie is actually a masterpiece. That's all a thing there. But that's it for me, y'all. But thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
That's right. My sci-fi novel Battle Lines is available for purchase on Amazon. It's really cool. It's on Amazon. Link in the description down below. Does it have a time loop? I'm not gonna say.
So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time. All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for...
Space Dandy.
Wait.
Have we?
Oh no.